Collision at Bir Gifgafa. Israel advanced, Egypt advanced. As the advance of the Aviram Tank Brigade broke down the Bir Gifgafa road, it ran into two battalions of Egyptian T-54s. Outgunned by the heavier Egyptian tanks, the Israelis fought a desperate delaying action until the arrival of a battalion of Centurions. Might as well play with Israeli. It seems like it's different from what we played in the couple of previous missions. So we have AMXs and half-tracks, so no armored tanks. Desperate delaying action. No, these are Ben Gurions. I guess these are Centurions. Maybe modified a little bit. Either way, I was expecting like desperate delaying action. This is 2 turns at best, and we can't even see the enemy yet. So whatever. Don't look like there's all that much infantry. Platoon of riflemen. Everything else is vehicle. No artillery. Right, this could be a nice mission to play anyway. I'm assuming they're mostly coming from the road. The bridge seems to be the only good place to cross this. The question is, where do we want to fight? Staying still makes us an easy target, but will also be fairly accurate shots. Okay. You do not move. Our effective range is about 30. Effective range about 50. Effective range 50, right. I'm not sure what they're expecting me to do here. Go to the village and try to hold it? Because to me it seems like we shouldn't try to do anything too complex. Use the city as cover, more or less, and wait until the tanks come in the range, which is more or less this. And we're going to fight defending these flags. Yeah, I don't really get this. It seems like there's not much of a mission to be had in the first place. I don't get this design. Right, we have good coverage of even of the road. We need to do is more or less by a turn or two of time. That's it. Right. Command AMX is not gonna move his ass at all. We do have to take control of these flags. There's no getting around that. If we don't control them, we might end up losing very quickly. Taking the half tracks maybe there, at least temporarily. We don't really know, do they have any artillery type capabilities? We'd also go very, very, very deep into the city. make the fight there, but I don't see how that would benefit me really. Right. Still, they can certainly shoot at us if we stay here. So, at least a little bit closer together. I think I'm gonna spread around the infantry a little bit to act as spotters. That's the only thing they'll have to do. You're in fairly good position anyway. Not the command unit, please. Half-tracks cannot really contribute anything useful here. These cannot take on the tanks. So I dropped the command unit here, excellent. It's a bit risky, but I'm not sure how risky really. Don't think I even want to alter reaction ranges. Just roll with it. See what happens. They're shooting the infantry, not the vehicle. Doesn't really matter what they do. They've wasted a huge amount of their best shots, and well, their amount of shots is based pretty much if they stay without attacking for a while. So they wasted that advantage. Also, they probably aren't wasting ammunition because it's high explosives they're shooting at the infantry, not the armor piercing. So more waste of shots than ammunition. We might lose the half-track, but then we lose the half-track. I do have to say there's quite a bit of tanks this time, so yeah, holy shit. And this is why I don't want to play the custom campaign in this, because I'm not sure I would want to deal with something like this pretty much on every mission where they give you any decent amount of points. These are fine tanks. That's it. And they certainly outnumber us massively. Don't really see a reason to go forward. We have to consider the possibility of using smoke at this point. Especially if we block paths to the sides as much as possible, we can sort of force them to come through a single location that we are guarding, or more or less guarding with a lot of tanks. Some of them I think started from these positions, so they haven't actually moved all that much. We're ready to move. More or less, we are fishing for them to shoot at us. You wouldn't happen to have smoke. Yeah, that's pull away. It's a sort of pointless death to have the half-track be there. We could fire at them, and our accuracy is fairly good. I don't see why we shouldn't. So take positions, choose targets, and let rip. Well, this is a good way to get our smoke screen, I guess. "47, 48. I think we're gonna basically get a full rout on them. If we manage to destroy a handful. Yeah, it's pretty much out of the fight already. Couple of immobilized ones. Not exactly what I wanted, but not bad, not really. Let's see if we can actually get a kill out of this one. It's showing weak armor toward us. Could have abandoned it. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna last more than 2-3 turns, then it's over. They will have the tanks to proceed, but they don't have the morale anymore. Yeah, they're already bottomed and I haven't really shot at them at all. Crews abandoning tanks. Retreating. Yeah, it's pretty much over for them. So that didn't last long. That's too far away. Shouldn't use the command unit to fire, it'll just give away our position. I think we should consider firing smoke. Yeah, they're in retreat already. What can we see? This is okay. There's enough smoke and visual blockage that they're more or less just better waiting them out at this point. The retreating ones might get back into action, but I don't care too much. Yeah, the AMXs are mostly protected already. I think our next turn will basically end this as far as a serious fight is concerned. They have the Russian tank problem. They don't have the same long range accuracy I have. Now they're just doing a mad dash toward us. Can't see anything. Well, we can see far enough. Yeah, I'm not in any hurry to move anywhere. We have a good lines of fire for the most part. They try to make any serious push toward us, they're done. And now you blocked our line of sight. Great. There's basically a minor sliver at the road where there might be real fighting. Outside of that, there's not going to be anything. Right? No one sees shit. So we're more or less going to just slaughter them as they pop their nose out of that smoke screen until they don't have the courage to push forward anymore. There's no way they can take these flags, so I think we're safe on that front. And I can't even see shit. Nor can you. These are more or less making sure that there is no surprises anywhere. Not a good mission. But at least there's some kind of tactical choice you can make there. Also, no, not the infantry swarms we've had to deal with recently. None of that. No one has really infantry. The reason we're not hitting is that they're driving at a fantastic speed right at us. Still, it means that the fight is pretty much over though. I'd say there's a couple of platoons that are still be able to do something, but most of them are either immobilized or just retreating. So and there's just additional smoke screens being created constantly. I don't think there's really much we should do. I don't think we can see any serious enemies, right? Right. So this will consist most of me just basically pressing and turn and having the automated reaction destroy the enemy. can't win like this. Yeah, they're rushing at us at a decent pace, but they also cannot fire if they do that. Not enough to make a difference. Yeah. Well, it was a couple of turns. We got to press enter. Maybe take a few manual shots here and there. I'm definitely seeing more tanks, but I'm not sure who's seeing you. Well, he's gonna retreat at the very least. Getting shot constantly. Clickety clickety click. It's not routed though, so he's doing fairly well. Still throwing something our way. Okay, there's at least a platoon of tanks coming very close to us. So if we can't get rid of those, our AMXs are in trouble. Because we are not getting through that front armor. We can immobilize, but destruction is a much more tricky proposition at this point. I'm gonna fire with everything I have to get the suppression effect. Yeah, side hull hits actually do penetrate. Right. Retreating. Let's see if we can get to hits with this one. Front turret hit and it's not going through. Just not happening. Ready for action. The AMXs should be seeing something a little bit more. At least some of them. Or did we already destroy them? No, they're retreating or behind the smoke. I think I'll give him a couple more turns to try to get something done. Then we're taking the offensive. Also, wouldn't hurt if some of the Ben Gurions would be a little bit closer. They have nothing to do here. Might as well get in the middle of the action. Still, it's over. They never had a chance. They're retreating in panic. There's no concentrated offensive anymore. We still have at least 8 turns to try to take these. There's a couple immobilized tanks here and there. Right, as far as I can see, either we move forward now or we basically don't do anything. I'm sort of leaning toward not doing anything yet, though. We have turn-wise, we certainly have the time, and there's clearly one push coming from the other side. Right, now it's a different matter. Abandoned tanks. Not everyone has to go on this offensive though. Same time, I'm not sure what the hell am I waiting for. We can take it easy. Take our time. In real time it doesn't take any longer to do it that way. Treating. Showing its ass to me. Still, that probably won't last. We'll have to be somewhat careful. Yeah, my chances of hitting it are pretty low, so I'll skip that. We can use half tracks as bait if we have to in desperate situations. But heavy tanks need to be close up. They can't get any concentrated attacks doing, they're pretty much in full retreat. At least the ones that aren't abandoned or immobilized. Ooh, we're saying 7 hostiles. There's a platoon of tanks still perfectly ready to go into fighting. That's tank. Couple of tanks. So they're more or less stuck at the center in a pile up of tanks. This complicates matters. Not sure I want to push through yet. But the thing is, we can also go around them. So I'm not sure how useful it is for us to try to push through. Even if we get more or less stuck here fighting, these guys will arrive at the battlefield in a turn or two. Main front of the fighting. I might also try to go around things. Either way, I'm not gonna give them the opportunity. I think we have at least one heavy tank covering the sides. Right, we'll have to position ourselves in a way where we can take advantage of the flanking possibility. The AMXs are more mobile, so I'll use them for this. Couple of squads on both sides, maybe. Try to use the heavier tanks mostly in the center. At this distance, I don't think it matters what type of a gun we have. They're good enough to do penetration shots for the most part. So who hits first is the one who wins. They're moving, slowly but surely. Don't think we have the luxury of waiting, really. Definitely still moving. At least a platoon retreating too. Number of tanks coming closer also increasing. I'm more or less just poking around with the infantry to see where their tanks are, so I don't accidentally drive into them. But I need to move forward. I think I can still wait for one extra turn before I have to try to make a solid push. The thing is that push will have to succeed. Don't have the capability of reacting to too much. I was thinking it's so buttoned that it's not going to be able to react to anything. No, that was not the case. We did the one thing we should not have done. Right, the blindly assaulting forward is not gonna work for us any better than it works for them. The accuracy after a certain point just drops so drastically, it's not happening. Ah, shit. Since they got that kill, I'm inclined to wait one extra turn. Then it's go time and there's no turning back. We have to make moves at that point. I don't really see a major problem with that either. Moving a little bit further away so I can see more clearly. Because if we can get a couple of kills, the retreating tanks will certainly not be turning around anymore. So we don't have to kill everything. Okay, ready, 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 retreating, ready, ready, ready. Now they're getting their shit together because I've left them alone for a few turns. They're not making any real push forward anymore either. Ah, crap. Well, someone's gonna have to do something. There's no major grouping here. Here we know more or less exactly. I think this is everything they have, which isn't a minor amount of things. But someone needs to go and shoot at that thing. They're trying to get their crew back to the tanks. That's something I can't allow. We could send half tracks to try to basically just drive past them. Because the fast moving half tracks are actually fairly tough to hit. And if you waste your shots at them, you're gonna be annihilated by the hostile tanks. Right. Someone's going to have to stick their nose there. And I think that decided things. Yeah, they're now buttoned and routed. Not good enough. If I move there, I'll die. I actually have to move forward. 3-1 spotted. But that doesn't mean much. Notice that there's a couple of routed tanks too. But if we can get rid of this with the AMXs, that alone will at least get 2 close range heavy tanks to get here. Maybe take something out. It's a question who wants to go on a suicide mission, so preferably not a command unit. But I need hits. I need something to suppress it. These little crap just aren't hitting if we move this much. I mean, it might not be able to react if we go next to it, but that's a pretty big if, and if it reacts, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill. We could risk AMX to do it. You throw past it, right? Whatever. Still, that's more or less what we wanted. Button tanks, ready tanks. This is not over. Not by a long shot. Oh shit. Didn't realize what path the fucker is gonna take. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't know what to say about that. I do not know what to say about that. It's not like it's I should have known better. Not like this is the first time that something like that has happened. But little game is a little bit of a shock. There's no way this is gonna hit anything, but we have to try. We're going to have to lead the defensive firing on the AMXs. Hope that we get something done with the Centurions. Well, it's not even buttoned up. Someone's going to have to go in there and shoot smoke. They're in fairly good position, just buttoned up, some even ready, and there's not even smoke here. Will be interesting in what exactly. Have no shots? Don't stay. Don't think this is easy for the... What are these, Egyptians? even for them, if they get toe-to-toe with an AMX. Again, who hits kills. The half-tracks can die here pretty easily. Can't be helped. Okay. Not quite as simple as I thought. I don't see anything fundamentally changing. We still massively outnumber them, and I think our quality is in general better. Yeah, most of their tanks are routed or retreating. I think that's immobilized there in the river. So yeah, they can still slow our progression down, but they're down. Ooh, a ready crew. And not much reaction firing. Okay, someone's just going to... God damn it. Someone just has to go through the small field, hope for the best. Two shots, 2 kills. Oh, the good shot. Lucky shot. I'd say that pretty much seals the deal here. I'm gonna push things as much as I can at this point. don't have time for them to get their courage back again. Right. Push as hard as possible, shoot as much as possible. They're still retreating, not routed, so I don't want to get next to them. But I'm fairly confident they will continue retreating. I'm not too worried. Crew destroyed. Yep, everything's routed now. That did it. Okay, game over. Might as well kill as much as possible. Destroyed, 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 destroyed. And there's nothing left. Right. I don't see the point in moving everything. Let's move the end things. This can be nothing other than a decisive victory. They got nothing left, we lost like a tank. Don't even see any flags anymore anywhere. Yep, that's probably the end. We lost 15 men and 2 vehicles. They lost 119 men and 37 vehicles. Not that interesting a fight again. I'm not sure why I keep playing these fights on this side the game basically gives the victory away to. At the same time, at least there wasn't a huge infantry fight in addition to the tank fight, so it went by fairly quickly. So those are always pleasant. I feel this system is, I think that's sort of the strength and weakness of the system. It's complex enough that you don't see it in most games, but it's complex enough that when the amount of units grows to above a certain threshold, it becomes very burdensome to actually move turns forward. So while it's in some ways a great idea in your mind to play certain type of massive battles, it's actually this sort of more medium to small scale fights that offer you a better playing experience overall. Yeah, still no. It's a different war. Yeah, there seems to be a war pretty much in Middle East every few years. That's changed.